Hello everyone and welcome to another video from ramshouse.com. Etansko here hanging out with Ryan J87. What's going on, Ryan?
What's up, guys? What's up, Rams fans?
Well, they can't hear you because it's a video, but we're going to be checking out Nick Scott today, 7th round pick out of Penn State. Now, Nick Scott did start at safety his entire final year at Penn State, but he was drafted for special teams purposes, so the film we're going to be watching today is going to be about the special teams, and that's what we're going to focus on. So let's take a look at some of the... we don't have nearly as much data on this guy as we do other guys because obviously he's a late-round pick. He wasn't even invited to the Combine, but let's see real quick. We got a couple pieces of news here. PFF said that he actually had a passer rating against of 39.2 this season, which is actually pretty ridiculous. That's actually probably one of the better passer rating against in the entire college football scene. So he has some skill in the field. He switched from
and correct me if I'm wrong. This is the last year of his of college, correct?
Correct.
I mean, he was predominantly a starter his last season.
It's actually funny because he was recruited as a running back, and then he was turned into a special teams ace. And then he started safety his final year. Now, he was a great safety his final year, but it was his first and only year starting as a safety. So, he's not freaking the next Eric Weddle. But we drafted him for special teams reasons, and you can see that out of the tweet at the bottom. Sneed said that Penn State safety Nick Scott was one of John Fassel's favorite special team players ever. So, Bones knows what he's doing, guys. Bones knows what he's doing.
Pretty cool story. They were at the Combine, and John Fassel is scrolling through highlight videos, pops up on Nick Scott, and actually gives Nick Scott a call and asks him why he wasn't. He was wondering why he wasn't there. So Nick Scott has been at least a target for John Fassel for quite a while, but. And we all know from late round to undrafted free agents that John Fassel has his eyes on. He definitely knows what he's doing regarding the special teams aspect, and I'm super pumped that we were able to pick up somebody like Nick because with the departure, not exactly the departure of Corey Littleton and Micah Kaiser. But with them moving on to more predominant roles on starting defense, you definitely need some sort of special teams ace, and it looks like we were able to pick one up here in the draft.
Yeah, and certainly it's an underrated position or underrated aspect of the game, rather, special teams. Specifically, we all like kicking field goals. We all like we don't like kicking field goals, let's be honest about it. But we like making field goals. We like having a good kicking unit, right? Like like having a good kicker.
Yeah, we like making field goals.
Correct. But what we don't really care enough about is the kick coverage game and the punt coverage game, because this is a game of inches, and we're talking about a good kick coverage team versus a bad kick coverage team, or punt coverage team being the difference between 5, 10, 15 yards on average. So it's really important to not just the actual game of football, but clearly to the Rams. The Rams have consistently given John Fassel tools to work with, like Nick Scott, in order to make his special teams successful. And I'm really excited to see the film on Nick Scott, because not only was he special teams ace, but he's also two-time captain of the football team. He was so impactful as a special teams unit guy that they made him... Obviously, there's leadership components and character components in there, but they made him a captain 2 years in a row. And from what I read online, he's only one of a few players ever in the history of Penn State football to be a two-time captain. So that speaks a lot to his intangibles, his leadership. And let's go ahead and see. So this stuff. Let's go ahead and take a look at his pro day stuff. Also, this is the reason why John Fassel asked why he wasn't at the Combine, because Nick Scott is athletically a beast. I mean, 4'4", 340, 41-inch vert, 10 and an eighth inch broad jump, 18 bench press. He's strong, he's fast, he's very explosive, and I believe I saw his 3-cone and his 20-yard shuttle, and they were also very impressive numbers. I think his 3-cone was 703, which is not too bad at all. And his 20-yard shuttle was somewhere in the low fours. But, I mean, regardless, solid pro day, really good measurables. A little short for a safety. I mean, 5'11" is not bad. He's not crazy short. But again, he's not likely to see the field of safety with Taylor Rapp and John Johnson III. He's obviously more than likely going to be a special teams ace. But hey, you know what? That's awesome. Special teams ace is something that our team could use. A captain, somebody to be able to coach that unit up on the field. So let's take a look at the video and see what the game is all about.
Yeah, and I just kind of wanted to highlight a few things that we're going to see in this is just his ability to change direction. I think that
real quick before you continue, I'm just going to point out, guys, number one, we're going to see two different views of the same play. So if we don't find him or he's not highlighted it quickly enough in the first play, we will see him again. This is his we're going to go in chronological order: freshman year, sophomore year, junior year, senior year. In his freshman year, he's number 24. So this is actually him right here. We'll see him on the playback through, but go ahead, Ryan.
Yeah, all I was going to say is what you're going to see that stuck out to me mostly is the change of direction and the recognition of where the ball carrier is going to go.
And shedding blocks. Really good at shedding blocks.
Shedding blocks is absolutely a key metric that we're gonna see. But I mean, to me, the most impressive
thing is
just
block?
Just being able to maneuver his body. I mean, these guys
right
are
here. Watch him.
This is special teams. I mean, he's running at full speed, and he's able to completely change direction and make a play. I mean, so many times you see kick coverage units outrun the actual coverage.
He's right here.
And
watch
that's
this.
just
he goes right through his block to get the tackle. Goods around one guy and then just right around a second guy. I mean, this dude just worked around 2 blocks in a kickoff return to get the tackle. It's impressive.
Right. So it's really, really impressive. The body control is really good. And you might think, oh, there's no way to quantify that or anything. I mean, just look at how many missed tackles and how many times you see a kickoff return go, and the coverage team has simply just outran their coverage. They just outran it. They ran right past the guy because he makes one little shake, and kick returners don't seem to be able to do that against Penn State, and more often than not, it's because Nick Scott was there to kind of put him on his butt.
He's really good in punt coverage. That's where I'm most excited to see him because in kick coverage, it's kind of a whole team effort, right? Everyone doing their job is what leads to success in the kick coverage game. Whereas, because you can't have any gaps, or the runner will see them and take off. Whereas punt return, one guy can really single-handedly make a play with a good jump off the line of scrimmage, getting through and breaking free, and he kind of does that in this play. He's right here. Immediately just does they attempt to jam at the line, and he breaks through it, and he's there, and then this guy's got nowhere to go. He doesn't even really make the tackle himself. He's assisting in it, but solid play the way he gets down there and ready to go.
Yeah, he's the reason why the guy couldn't get any room to run. So
he cut off the whole left side to him. It was great.
Exactly.
Now this one breaks down, but look at his recognition to know where it's going. He played the patient game, and he was ready to. Let's be honest. A lot of times in punt situations, that's how those punts break off. Like there's like a little stalemate, like a little pause at some point early on, and then they just break off to the other side, and there's no one there to stop them. And Nick Scott's there. That's who's there.
Yeah, and I mean,
he's 4 now. He's number 4. Before I switched.
Yeah, this is a little bit later in his career there. Yeah, I mean, coupled with the big legs that we have with, Johnny Hecker. I mean, Johnny Hecker's been doing it all by himself for the last couple of years, just, having a coffin corner punt. And I think you kind of see a little bit of a difference. Everybody's like, what's going on with Johnny Hecker?
Look at this dude hunt that guy down. The speed and the athleticism is very visible.
Yeah, you kind of see, you kind of see Johnny Hecker just kind of having to do it all, but it probably has a lot to do with the fact that there's not a special teams ace that he can kind of rely on to get down there. Now that Corey Littleton is,
by the way,
on.
he wore number 25 for a short period of time. He's number 4 again here, but he for like a couple games he wore 25. That's him right there. But yeah, he's a beast, man. The highlights are really impressive. How many times this guy makes a deciding move or play in the special teams game.
Right.
That's
you can kind of see.
Look at that, dude. Watch him. He breaks out like instantly gone. He's on the outside. You can't even see him. Boom. And then he raps really well. His awareness is nuts, man. He really is. He seems to always be aware of not only what's happening, but what's coming.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I'm pretty impressed with what we were able to see as far as that's concerned. I mean, and again, you kind of rely on guys like John Fossil and Wade Phillips when when they pick
Number
people.
4.
I mean,
yep.
you just kind of have to rely on the fact that they
oh my gosh,
they know what they're doing.
He just killed a man.
Just killed a man.
He just obliterated that dude, and then boom again. Look at that.
Oh my God.
He's got some thump to him, man. He's got some real legit thump to him. That ain't no joke, man. He can hit people. He has a few big hits, and he actually has several big hits. Look at that. Bam. That's nice. Hey, you know what? Hits like that on the punt game cause fumbles. If that guy wasn't out of bounds, he may have dropped that ball.
Yeah, I think coupled with his size, 5'11", 200 pounds, it's not a physically imposing frame, but I mean when this dude is going full speed, again he's changing directions without losing speed. I mean when he hits people, it's not a joke.
He's right here to the left of the kicker.
Yeah, we're gonna see him.
Watch him drill this guy. It's impressive.
Oh, right in the chest too. I mean, it's just. I mean, that would knock me out for sure. I'd be like, I'm done.
Right.
So yeah, I think the fact that he can keep his speed going without while changing directions is. Yeah, this guy, this team that they were playing is that guy is not feeling too good the day after that.
Make him.
Yeah, he always seems to be there.
Yeah, he's a lot of plays, man. There's a lot of plays he's involved in. Look at him coming in there. Not even really.
I mean, how many players are on special teams that aren't involved in the play? And it just seems like he's constantly knows exactly where to be. That was a good one. Yeah, he's the reason why that didn't go for another 10 yards.
And 10 yards is a difference maker, man. Look at him shoot through. You see, that was a really good one. We're a little bit zoomed in. Sorry, guys, about the view, but we're trying to get better. It's kind of a really zoomed out angle, so we're trying to get better angles on him, actually. So
the actual tackle.
Yeah. Look at him right there coming in, number 4. We're focusing on these back-facing views because you get the best data from that. You see him shift around blocks and stuff. It's really nice.
Yeah, and these are against, again, I mean, Big Ten, you see Ohio State, so the caliber of players is much better than your standard.
Look at him work around that block, and then he goes across the field to make tackle. It's solid.
It's really good. I mean, people think that if you get a 7th round pick, it doesn't really matter. But I mean, when you can find, this is why you pick people in the 7th round. Not, I mean, for starting. He's going to have an opportunity. Obviously, they're gonna use him in any way that they physically can. But I mean, this is where you pick up your special teams aces that people don't even know about because again, he wasn't invited to the combine. So great value, a 7th round pick towards the extreme back end of the draft, and you can pick up somebody that's gonna help the defense be that much better. try to get the ball back to our high-powered offense.
So we're going to miss Michigan State. Oh, no. JK. That was weird. Switched.
I think this is Washington.
Yeah. It was before he drilled that guy. Turned into Canada.
Yeah. I'm just kind of wondering what, if at all, if he would ever be used in defensive packages for Wade Phillips, because I mean he does lay the thump. So I mean with his safety grade, I mean he's no joke. I mean it's not like he's this terrible thing, out there. It's not like a LaMarcus Joyner or something.
All the research I've done just talks about how this guy's got ultimate effort, ultimate heart, ultimate everything. Like he's just the ultimate team guy. And he gets a touchdown there. Like he's just a nonstop motor. He's just the guy who outworks everyone. Kind of that classic, sports.
Hey, you gotta kind of be like that if you want to be good at special teams. It's a lot of
Team catch that ball.
non-recognition. Only when you score a touchdown like that or something. But
look at that one. Oh baby,
just perfect.
Solid.
Yeah, it's perfect. And again, I mean, this is like it's not like these are. I mean, look how many plays.
It's a lot of freaking plays, man.
It's a lot of plays. I mean,
plays.
It's not like we, picked just random groupings throughout. I mean, these are 5-6 plays a game, which you're punting 5 or 6 times. I mean, sometimes the score can get pretty hefty in a college game, but at the same time, I mean, these are a lot of plays. He's doing this all.
Look at him cut to the right
time.
side, seal up the left side, force him back in the middle. That was a really solid play. But this is, I mean, listen, guys, we're not going to punt a lot, but we're going to kick off plenty. And if this guy can save us 5-10 yards through not just his own talent, but through leading the special teams well, through being a guy who knows where everyone's supposed to be and helping keep people accountable, outworking people. Like, dude, he's the kind of guy that comes in and, like, everyone has to worry about their job. You know what I'm saying? Worry about whether they're going to lose their job to this guy. But, all right, guys, that's going to be it for this one. I hope you guys enjoy the Nick Scott video. We have some really exciting projects coming up, so bear with us as we get these out. But thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.
Go Rams.